Good afternoon all. We're going to look at the use of different starters. We've selected quite a lot that would be suitable for any given subject. Enjoy.
Okay, so the first starter is like the flipped classroom. It's called Student as Teacher. The student is required at the beginning of the lesson to cover the last lesson's learning and take the role of the teacher. They will stand at the front of the classroom and they will conduct themselves as the teacher would.
Right, this is a nice one. It's called In the Spotlight, and it's very good if you've got some confident students that are quite happy to answer questions in front of the rest of the class. I think it helps with the quieter ones just to listen to someone else verbalise, and then you can get a straw poll response with hands at the end of the session.
Okay, the next one is called Time and Place Lapse. Really nice. The students close their eyes. The teacher guides them through a narrative. The students create mental images in their mind, and then we talk about them afterwards. We've used this when we've looked at the work of artists.
Detectives. Now, this involves giving the students a resource, which could be, say, in history, some memorabilia, such as a medal or a coin. In art, we might give them a piece of equipment that they've not used before. Now, this would lead to the students building up a few questions, and then as a whole class, we would try and answer all those questions.
The next one is called Post-it. This is one of my favourites. The students enter the room. There are images or resources dotted around the classroom. They're also given some Post-it notes and asked to write down questions that they want answering in relationship to the pictures on the wall. They will go around, stick the questions on the pictures, and then they will have the chance to answer those questions as a class.
Summary. Now for this one, you do need to forewarn the students that you're going to use them basically to recap the information from the last lesson. So you will use them to recap this info to the rest of the class as your starter.
Celebration. What a brilliant way to start a lesson, by celebrating the work of students. So the teacher will select some examples of good practice. The students then get to look at that piece of work or pieces of work and get to identify why they are successful. And students can also at that point vote for which student they think is the hardest worker.
Key letters, a lovely warm-up for literacy. So for example in art, I might shout out the letter C if we were doing colour theory, and then I'd expect them to come up with words like cool, calm, things like that.
10 words. Give me 10 words related to... This is another literacy one, really nice. It could be topic-based, it could be something to do with a lesson that has happened previously. So for example, colour, warm, cool, complementary, analogous, harmonising, blah blah blah. You get the idea.
And then there's what's been said or what's being thought.
Press conference.
Interview.
Songwriter.
Goal setting.
Shh. Silent instructions.
Redesign.
Prop-tastic.
And finally, mystery bag.
Obviously there are tons and tons of starters you can use at the beginning of your lessons. What we've done is we've compiled together about 62 different starters in a PowerPoint that hopefully will come in handy for your subjects. Ta.